If you can't control your blood sugar no matter what you eat, the worry is probably keeping you up at night. You follow all the rules. You measure every portion. You avoid the foods they say spike your levels. And yet the meter shows numbers that refuse to come down or stay steady. And somewhere along the way, you started blaming yourself for it. You shouldn't. You've been doing exactly what they told you to do. The doctors write prescriptions for medications that keep the symptoms at bay but never seem to fix the underlying issue. The pharmaceutical companies do better every year, while the people taking the pills do worse. Stronger doses, more side effects, same numbers on the meter. That arrangement works for somebody, but it isn't you. But on the Japanese island of Okinawa, where people routinely live past 100, blood sugar problems are almost unheard of. They don't take metformin. They don't count carbs. They drink something specific every morning before the sun comes up. 3 ingredients you can probably find in your kitchen right now. You feel this every day. Starting the moment you wake up, the meter comes out. The familiar anxiety rises, and the number is high again. The fatigue sets in early, and you find yourself sitting more, avoiding the things that used to make life feel like life. You've watched what happens to people who let this get away from them. The neighbor who lost a toe, then a foot. The friend from church who can't drive anymore because of her eyes. You don't say it out loud, but you think about it every time you check that meter. You think about whether you'll be at your granddaughter's wedding or whether you'll be the one in the photos that everyone looks at sadly later. They've taught you that your body is simply breaking down with age, that high blood sugar is inevitable, and that the answer is more medication and stricter limits. You've lived with that belief, carrying the weight of it for years, blaming yourself for not being able to make it better. But there is another way. Using a simple practice from traditional healing, most people who try it start seeing a difference within the first 2 weeks. What you've been told about blood sugar, that it's about carbs and willpower and getting old, leaves out something the Japanese figured out a long time ago. The problem isn't where you think it is. It isn't even in your blood. It is in the gatekeeper who lives inside you. Picture your body as having this quiet, steady gatekeeper, whose only job is to open and close the tiny doors on your cells, so sugar can enter for energy or get stored safely away. For most of your life, he did that work without you ever noticing. Food came in, sugar rose a little. The gatekeeper opened the doors just enough. Your cells got what they needed, and the rest went into storage. No wild swings, no meter staring back at you with bad news. But over the years, something happens. The processed foods we eat today, the low-grade stress we carry without thinking, and the simple weight of time make the gatekeeper tired. The doors get stiff and sticky. Sugar sits in the bloodstream longer than it should. The numbers climb even when you are doing everything right, and nothing you have tried has reached the actual problem. The diets, the pills, the careful measuring, they all treat the sugar like it is the enemy. They never once helped the tired gatekeeper wake up and do his job the way he used to. In the old mountain ways we have known for generations that certain plants carry exactly the compounds the gatekeeper needs to loosen those stiff doors and remember his rhythm. The onion brings sulfur and quercetin that gently reduce the swelling around the gatekeeper and help him see the sugar clearly again. The fresh lemon adds citric acid and a touch of vitamin C that makes those compounds easier for your body to use and gives the whole system a soft spark. Together, boiled and taken the right way, they do not force anything. They simply support the gatekeeper so he can work on his own again. None of it reached the place that actually needed help. The medications can push the numbers around for a while, but they leave the gatekeeper as tired as ever. I have seen this same pattern unfold in so many people over the decades. The longer the gatekeeper stays tired, the harder the body works to compensate, and the harder it gets to bring back to where it was. The neighbor who lost the toe did not lose it overnight. It started with numbers on a meter, just like yours. I want to tell you about one of the people who came to me living with exactly this same struggle. Her name was Eleanor. She was 64 years old, from Charlotte, North Carolina. She had spent 30 years as a high school counselor. Her favorite thing was sitting on her back porch in the early evening watching the cardinals come to the feeder. For 4 years, her blood sugar refused to settle no matter what she ate or what the doctors prescribed. The fatigue hit her every afternoon like a wall. She stopped the evening porch time because she could not trust her energy. She told me the quiet blame had become her constant companion. She heard about the old ways and made the trip to see me. I gave her the simple morning drink I am about to show you. 10 days later, her morning readings had already started to drop and stay lower. By the end of 2 weeks, the numbers were steadier than they had been in years. The afternoon fog lifted. She was back on her porch every evening, watching the birds, feeling like herself again. And that is exactly what I am about to give you. The same simple thing I gave Eleanor. You can start it tonight with what you already have at home. Here is how you make it, step by step, so you can do it from memory tomorrow morning. Every single morning, before you eat or drink anything else, before the sun is fully up if possible, you prepare this drink. Take 1 medium yellow onion, peel off the dry outer skin, and cut the onion into 4 quarters. Put the pieces into a small saucepan with exactly 2 cups of clean water. Place it on the stove. Bring it to a gentle boil. Then lower the heat and let it simmer for 15 minutes. You will see the water turn a soft golden color. That color is the onion releasing its sulfur compounds and quercetin into the liquid. That is the part your gatekeeper needs. After 15 minutes, take the pot off the heat and let it sit for 5 minutes so it is warm but comfortable to drink. While it cools, take 1 fresh lemon, cut it in half, and squeeze the juice of 1 full half straight into the onion water. Stir it once or twice with a spoon. You can leave the onion pieces in or strain them out. Either way is fine. The liquid itself is what matters. Drink the whole cup slowly over the next 10 minutes. Sip it like a warm tea. Some mornings you might taste the onion more strongly. Other mornings the lemon brightens it. That is normal. The important thing is the timing. Empty stomach. First thing. Do this every day without skipping. The onion water softens the stiff doors. The lemon helps your body absorb the help more completely. Together, they give the gatekeeper exactly what he has been missing. Many people notice the first gentle shift in how they feel within 3 or 4 days. The afternoon tiredness softens. The worry around the next meter reading eases a little. Stay with it, and the numbers begin to listen. I have had so many people return and tell me the same kinds of things. One woman said, "My morning number dropped 28 points in 12 days, and it has stayed steady." Another man told me, "The energy does not crash at 3 o'clock anymore." I actually finished the project in the garage I had been putting off for months. It is never dramatic or overnight. It is simply the gatekeeper waking up and doing what he was always meant to do. You will know it when your own body starts to feel more like your own again. You now know exactly what to do tonight. Put an onion and a lemon on the counter before you go to bed. Set the small pot out so you see it first thing. Start tomorrow morning and stay with it. What you just learned is the fast relief that can start turning things around in days. But there is one more thing I want you to understand before you go. You can stop right here if you want. The morning drink I just showed you is real. It has helped many people quiet the high numbers and get their steady days back. If that is all you came for, take it with my blessing and go live your life. But if you are like most of the people who come to see me, you want to know why this problem showed up in the first place and why it keeps trying to return even when you do everything right. If that is you, stay with me for the next couple of minutes. The high blood sugar you see on the meter is only the surface. Underneath that is an imbalance in the way your body regulates sugar. The gatekeeper we have been talking about gets tired because he is not getting daily support. And underneath that imbalance is your gut. That is where the imbalance is fed every single day by what passes through you. Your gut needs 3 things to settle the imbalance it sends out to the rest of the body. It needs good living bacteria to keep the inner environment healthy. It needs the fiber those bacteria like to eat, so they can multiply and stay strong. And it needs the healing compounds those bacteria make once they are well fed. When the gut gets those three things consistently, the imbalance calms, the gatekeeper gets stronger support from inside, and the blood sugar stops swinging the way it has been for years. I make my own kombucha at home because I have the time and the knowledge. But for everyone watching online who can't brew their own, I give BoochBod Kombucha Gummies. The link is in the description. Or you can search BoochBod Kombucha Gummies on Amazon. Eleanor is back on her porch every evening now, watching the cardinals at the feeder, the worry gone from her face. The same road is open to you. It is never too late. The body, at 60, at 70, at 80, still knows how to do this work. It has been waiting to be given what it needs. If this spoke to you, leave a comment below and tell me what your morning number has been like lately. I read every single one. Subscribe so you do not miss the next simple thing that can make the difference. Share this with someone you know who is carrying the same quiet struggle. Until next time.